And I find that when we think about, okay, well, if we're in a situation of turmoil or stress, how to find that peaceful moment. So what do you do, or how do you recommend other people get started with that?
For me, I connect with source.
Hmm.
That is the quickest way for me to find the peace. It doesn't mean that the chaos stops around me, but I can have a sense of peace in the midst of turmoil and chaos when I've connected with source. And people can say that's not the right decision, or why did you make that decision? But you follow the peace, and it's connecting with source. It's sometimes you just ground with nature, you know, feet in the grass can kind of, there's a calming
Yeah.
effect. Just going out and sitting on my back porch and watching the birds, that brings a sense of calmness to my soul, to my spirit. Um, Getting quiet, turning off the TV, turning off the music, turning off everything, just getting quiet. Um, Meditation, breath work, all of those. It just sometimes it takes all of it, and
Yeah.
then some days it's just getting quiet, and some days it's turning on some soothing music. It just depends, but when you've got that peace, you don't ever want to let it go. And you can have drama at work, you can have chaos with your family, but as long as you've got that peace and you follow the peace, you're going to be okay.
Yeah. And what I'm hearing from you is you're saying you have a moment to choose how you deal with this situation. And if you remember that you can choose peace instead of this, I think that's in the Course in Miracles actually, where they say, I could see peace instead of this. And you go, wait a minute, all of a sudden now I'm in the driver's seat. All of a sudden now I'm remembering that I'm a creator. All of a sudden now I'm connecting with my heart beating and I'm feeling that peace. Because would you find in your experience that sometimes when these things are happening around us, these stresses, these situations, these dramas, that very often it's our thoughts, and that in this moment there's not actually a problem happening? I mean, in some situations, maybe, but in general, it's really our thoughts about the situation that's creating the grief, that's creating that turmoil.
Yeah, absolutely. And with everything that happens, we have the choice. We can either respond or react. And when we respond, that gives us the power back. That gives us um, the opportunity to choose what we're going to do in that moment. Like you were mentioning, when we react, there could be all sorts of fallout from that if we don't
Yeah.
react in a positive way. And then you got to deal with all of that. So why not
Yeah.
take that nanosecond to respond versus react? And we're not all there yet, but it gets
Yeah.
easier the more you practice it.
Yeah. And I think what you're talking about, sometimes when we do react and we can look at the situation and go, oh, okay, I can see I've reacted instead of took a minute to respond or took a minute to think about it or choose something different. And those are all windows of opportunity as well, because that shows us, okay, well, you had awareness. And what's really cool about that is the awareness time shortens. And all of a sudden you're going, I'm about to react, but I'm going to respond instead.